romance.
Bit of romance.
This woman nearly passed out when she saw Maggie Smith.
Oh, that's a diplomatic answer.
But I
Come
was.
on.
She met a lady who had it tattooed
On her hip.
on her hip. I think that's our best fan out there.
Gay people who've come out and like sought inspiration in Thomas's journey and struggle, and they've written to me. It's overwhelming.
I like going back to the beginning, so then it never really ends.
Lady Mary has this amazing all-red look in this film. What was this costume journey like for you, from the beginning to now stepping into the 30s?
Mine was exhausting. I mean, so many costume changes, so many different black dresses. I mean, over to you.
Sometimes we envied the simplicity of Joe's wardrobe.
I know, it was great.
Especially in those
It was
first
great.
few seasons, 3
Loved it.
changes a day
Yeah.
for us. But, you know, can't complain. They were amazing costumes.
Amazing.
And actually looking back, that first series, they were much more restricted. You know, we were corseted. It felt very rigid. And then as the seasons went on, you know, women were liberated.
Yeah.
Everything sort of became much looser and more comfortable. And now we've hit, you know, just about to hit 1930.
Yeah.
Everything feels a little bit closer to modern day.
The 1930s style is so glamorous.
Yeah.
And so it was really fun in this film.
Also, we did Edith and Mary kind of switched colours in this movie. So there's one scene where Edith is in a dark blue, a beautiful navy blue dress, and Mary's in a very light pink dress, which Mary hasn't. I've never worn that colour before. And Anna really wanted to show sort of her vulnerability in that moment, and Edith's strength in her sort of deep navy colour. So they kind of switched, which has sort of never happened before, actually. We always sort of had our colours that worked for the character. So I thought that was brilliant of Anna to kind of switch it up for this last movie.
It was really fun.
Now that we've seen every character's arc come to an end, is there a certain character that you love the most, or maybe a duo?
I really love Thomas, and I love his story and the way it's ended up for him, and that he's found
Bit of romance.
a bit of romance.
Well, there's so many. I mean, where do I begin? But I do love a bit of Daisy and Mrs. Patmore. I also used to love Lady Grantham and Mrs. Crawley. Was she Mrs. Crawley or Lady Crawley?
Oh,
Mrs. Crawley and Lady Grantham, yeah. I loved the tennis match between those two characters was fantastic. And I love a Molesley scene as well.
Always.
Yeah.
I've always loved Bates, my favourite, particularly in the series, because, and this is just a testament to Brendan Coyle who plays him, I thought the only time that Downton got really gritty, which it isn't meant to be anyway, the darkness, it was the series where Anna was raped, and I just thought Brendan's portrayal, how he dealt with that emotionally, and the untapped, the unbridled rage that is behind his eyes. He's such an economic actor, but in his eyes, he's so still. It was proper masterclass. So I've always rated Brendan and Bates, and to work opposite him and try and pick up a few tricks has been great. So mine's, Bates always.
I mean, I came to the show late, so I was a fan of everyone before it.
Oh, that's a diplomatic answer.
But I
Come
was.
on.
After all those years, are there some fan interactions or compliments that stood out to you?
We'll get letters from people who've watched it. They might be in hospital having major surgery, and they're watching it in hospital with their families as a way of just escaping the moment that they're in. But I've had a few letters over the years through gay people who've come out and like sought inspiration in Thomas's journey and struggle, and they've written to me to inspire that it helped with them coming out to their family or whatever and talk and being open, about their sexuality. Those are incredibly moving to think that my small vignettes have helped in some way. That's like a real sort of, it's overwhelming.
Maggie, who plays Lady Grantham, she met a lady. We were caught up in a terrible traffic jam coming down from somewhere, and we had to go to one of those by the road type places where you get something to eat and fill up your car and so on. And she went to the loo in there, the lavatory, and this woman nearly passed out when she saw Maggie Smith. And she said, "I've got you tattooed on my arm."
No.
Well, there was Maggie Smith down her arm.
No.
Well, I was in another car from Maggie, and I was ahead of her, and she rang me up to tell me.
God, that was so amazing for that woman.
Yes.
To meet her in the toilet.
Maggie was absolutely astounded.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we had some funny funny things over the years.
Yeah.
You and I were recognised at Ground Zero in New York, which was really awkward because it was very quiet and respectful, as you would imagine. This lady got quite overexcited. She was from New Zealand, I remember. Yeah. Yes, it was an awkward one.
Mrs. Hughes wears the keys.
Chatelaine, they call it. Yes.
And she met a lady who had it tattooed.
On her hip.
On her hip, the keys.
Yeah.
I think that's our best fan out there.
And this American woman came up to me and said, "Oh, you're lady, Mrs. Crawley from Downton Abbey." And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Would you be so kind as to come up and meet my daughter?" And I went out, and there was this daughter who was on her mobile phone. In a really bad-tempered voice, she said, "I've got something." "What is it?" "I've got something to show you." "What is it?" And then she said, "Well, if you look up from your phone, you'll see." And she looked up, and she went... She nearly passed out.
I think it's always really amazing when people share stories of watching it with their family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the sort of multi-generational watching is always so moving, and I've loved that when people have shared that they watch it with their grandmother or their kids.
I've got friends who have started rewatching it with their 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, people are kind of bringing it back to show their children, which is lovely, isn't it? To think that it's almost, hopefully, will become a bit of TV history.
Yeah, and
well,
it
we already are, I
continues.
suppose.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a nice thing to be able to say.
Yeah, and that means a lot for us that the show just continues. Like, this may be the ending, but, you know, you want people to revisit it and go back to it. And I think all the best shows are like that. I feel that way about The Sopranos. I've watched it about 7 times.
Yeah.
I like going back to the beginning. So then it never really ends.